Two cables are twisted to form one pair, and number of pairs will be having one outer shield. How we are going to connect the two computers for communication, that is the definition of transmission medium. Twisted pair cable used for data and voice communication. Twisted pair cable can be used for both data and voice transmission. Dear students, welcome to Computer Science classes. I am Ravi Kumar Kyar, lecturer in Computer Science, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, Temple of Excellence, MYSURU. Students, let us start our discussion with the chapter Physical Layer. So, in this session, we are going to talk about the guided transmission media. So, these are topics to be covered in this session. Okay, let us start with transmission medium. So, what is the meaning of transmission medium? So here the cable that connects two or more computers for communication is called transmission medium. So here we know what is a computer network, and in network the two computers are to be connected through wired, so or wireless communication. So here the medium, how we are going to connect the two computers for communication, that is the definition of transmission medium. So here we can connect the computers. There are two methods of transmission. One is guided medium and second one is unguided medium. So what is the definition of guided medium? See, under guided medium we have twisted pair cable, coaxial cable and optical fiber. So here these are the guided medium where we are going to connect two computers in a network through a physical cable between two computers. So here we can make use of different types of cables, that is under guided medium. Another transmission medium is unguided medium. Here we have radio waves, microwaves, satellites, infrared waves and laser transmission medium. See, these are all the different transmission medium where we can connect two computers through different technologies with different frequency of waves. So that is the definition of unguided medium. So transmission medium in general, it is the way we are going to connect the two computers in a network for communication. There are two methods. One is guided medium, a second one is unguided medium. So guided medium is the one where we have a direct physical connectivity between two computers in a network by making use of different types of cables. And unguided medium where the two computers in a network are connected through different technologies in unguided medium. Now let us see what is twisted pair cable. So one of the cable under guided medium is twisted pair cable. So what is twisted pair cable? Here this cable is used for voice transmission and data transmission. So twisted pair cable can be used for both data and voice transmission. So it is used for voice communication. It is called as voice grade medium or VGM. Suppose if it is used for data transmission, it is called data grade medium. So twisted pair cable used for data and voice communication. There are two, one is VGM and second one is DGM. Where VGM, where we are going to transmit the voice, and here in DGM, the data is transmitted over the cable. So this is the twisted pair cable. In the next slide, we will see types of twisted pair cables. So there are two types. One of them is UTP cable, means unshielded twisted pair cable. So look at the diagram here. So here there are two wires. They are twisted to each other. It forms one pair of twisted pair cable, and this is another pair, another pair and another pair. And all these are twisted pair cables are having only one shield for common for all these pairs. So this is unshielded twisted pair cables. In the next slide, we will see shielded twisted pair cable. So what is this? So this cable comes with shielded of individual pairs of wires which further protects it from external interference. Now look at the difference between this. Now look at this diagram here. In the diagram, this is STP cable. See, this is a pair of cable. This is twisted pair, one pair of cable, and it will be having one more metallic shield over one pair of cable, or each pair will be having separate shield over it. Then we will be having, there are two more shield. So this is shielded twisted pair cable. Now, if you look at the previous slide here, look at this diagram. This is UTP cable. This is unshielded twisted pair cable. Here, the shielding of individual pair is missing here. So this is unshielded twisted pair cable, and this is STP, shielded twisted pair cable. So there is a separate extra shield over each individual pair in a cable. This is STP cable. So what is the advantage of this? So because of the external protection, it protects from external interference. That is the advantage of this. So it offers greater protection from interference and crosstalk due to shielding. Okay, like what's the drawback of this? It is heavier and costlier than UTP cable and requires proper grounding at both the ends. So this is STP cable. This is a diagram of STP cable. Next one is coaxial cable. Another type of cables for communication is coaxial cable. Say this is the diagram of coaxial cable normally. So here it consists of solid wire core at the center that carries signal, and the plastic layer provides insulation between the conductor and the outer metal sheet. So there is a plastic layer, it provides insulation, and it is suitable for high-speed communication and widely used for television signals in cable TV. So normally we can see these type of cables, and look at the diagram here. See here, there are two types. One is thick net and second one is thin net. There are two types of coaxial cables. See, this is a coaxial cable, and see, this is the central copper wire. This is the main core over which we have insulation. Again, one more shielding here, and this is outside insulation. So this is the plastic jacket insulator, and this is the main central core where the signal is transmitting. So this is a type of coaxial cable, and as we have seen, supports advantages at high bandwidth and easy to install coaxial cable, and better cut through resistances, so they are more reliable and durable. This is the advantage of this, and less affected by noise or crosstalk or electromagnetic interference. This is another advantage of this coaxial cable, and it supports multiple channels. So this is a coaxial cable. Example, what you have seen, we are using it in our cable TV transmission. So this is advantages, and what is the drawback of this? What is the disadvantage of this? So here they are quite expensive as compared to other type of cables, and it must be grounded in order to prevent any crosstalk, and it has multiple layer. It is very bulky, so it is very heavy, and there is a chance of breaking the coaxial cable and attacking T-joint by hackers. This compromises the security of the data. So this is the main threat or disadvantage of coaxial cable. So these hackers, they can go for T-joint connection. So this is a main threat for coaxial cable or disadvantage of coaxial cable. Now next one, we'll see what is fiber optic or optical fiber. So a fiber optic cable is a network cable that contains a strands of glass fibers inside an insulated casing. So this fiber optics mainly work with a concept of light. So there is a glass fibers inside this, and they are designed for long distance and high performance data networking and telecommunications networking. These are the main advantages or applications of fiber optics or optical fiber cables for communication. And compared to wired cables, fiber optic cables provided higher bandwidth and transmit data over long distance. So it transmits the data at very high rate and also provide higher bandwidth is the capacity. And it supports much of the world's internet and cable television and telephone system. As and today, the most applications of optical fiber or fiber optic is in the field of internet or cable television or telephone system. So this is fiber optics. Now see the diagram of this. Say you might have come across these type of cables all over the city. So here this is the main core cable. This is of glass material, and here the data transmission takes place with the light or the principle of optics. So this is optical fiber cable. Now what are advantages? They are flexible, they are lightweight, they are low power, less loss of signal, and less long-term expenses, and carry lots of data. There's the bandwidth, high bandwidth, and no electromagnetic interference because it deals with or it works with the concept of optics or with the light. So this is very less. This is the advantages. And what are the drawback of this? Disadvantages: high cost at first, difficult to splice or installation is very difficult, and cannot carry power to operate other devices, and cable can be damaged with higher optical powers. So only one drawback is that it can be damaged with high power optical powers, and this is the disadvantages of optical fiber cable. Students, so far we have discussed about the guided medium of transmission in a network or in a communication. They are twisted pair cables, coaxial cables, and optical fiber cables. Now let us continue our discussion in my next session. Thank you very much.